two of BMEG's sturdy frontliners.
Starters. 1 out of 2 para kay Kirby. Still getting back into, I think, really prime time game shape. I mean, this is not the Kirby Raimundo that we're used to seeing. Not by a long shot, but Meyerhofer there with an interception. Here's Roger Yap, Simon. Simon had a big game back in game 1. Roger Yap. Kirby wants the ball, but Simon will get it. The shot clock down to 8. Meyerhofer quickly to Kirby. Raimundo, drop pass, Simon. Shot clock down to 3. Roger Yap for 3 off the mark. And Meyerhofer snatches that rebound against 4 white shirts.
He's such a live wire on the floor. Meyerhofer giving Kirby H another opportunity. And rebounding has really kept BMEG in the game. Advantage now is 46 against 25. Ang laking diferensya. Even if they're shooting poorly from the floor, as you see, San Miguel coach Shot Tangkinsen watching, along with assistant coach Freddy Abuda.
They'll be facing the winner of this series. Best of 5 po ito. BMEG currently leads 1 game to none.
Again, even as Derby Ace is hitting only 33% from the floor and Rain Shine 50%, they're getting a lot of possessions. 60 takes so far for Derby Ace against only 48 for Rain Shine. Malaking bagay yun.
4 personal fouls para kay Rico Meyerhofer. I'd like to thank Haynes, the official underwear of the PBA. And as Aranya takes his free throws, let's listen to Leah Cruz.
Now, you guys were wondering earlier about the emotional state of Raider Shine, and in that last huddle, actually, they seemed pretty focused, and I actually felt the urgency going around. In fact, some of the guys said, let's be more aggressive on offense, and some members of the coaching staff said, nasira daw talaga ang momentum nila at the beginning of the third. Nico?
Yeah, we were talking about that, no? Yung momentum shift. And I thought, yung feeling of complacency nga, no? Sitting on a comfortable lead at the half, thinking that things are going to go their way. And it's not going to happen when you're going up against a championship caliber team like BMEG. Remember, this is the Philippine Cup champion, and they want 2 in a row.
The modern version of the PBA Grand Slam. Meantime, may lumipad doon. Ryan Aranya, and oh boy, the BMEG coaching staff is now going bananas there.
Oh, it's a late call. It could have been a flop, but the referees opting to call a defensive, rather offensive foul. You watch it here. Was there a flop? Oh, that was a flop. That was a flop. But the worst part about it was that they made a call, a very late call. That should have just been a no call.
You can actually see Joel Ngo making the call.
Yeah.
And I think some of the fans dito sa Cuneta Astrodome are losing their cool.
I mean, every time there's some kind of action on the floor, referees don't have to blow the whistle. That was a clear flop. Oh, a fan blew a whistle.
So, I think they've been able to identify the fan at meron tayong mga patakaran regarding fan behavior. And I think, yeah, that fan will have to be escorted out. Ayan yung ating PBA Blue Boys.
Not unless ilulun niya yung kanyang silbato. Oh, sorry.
Okay.
And now he's gonna have to leave.
And, yes, kasi meron po tayong fan decorum eh. May batas po tayo, no, na sinusunod. At pinapaalala yan at the start of all games. No? Pinapaalala yan through the public address system. Sinasabi ano ang proper behavior for fans. At dahil malinaw yun, pag hindi yan sinunod, the PBA has the mandate to eject fans from the playing venue.
Okay, you also saw Deputy Commissioner Salud. Chico Salud on your screens. But again, you know, the point we were making, Nico, no? If some kind of action happens on the floor, you don't have to make a call. That should have been a no call. I am an advocate of scrapping the flopping rule. That was a clear flop. Don't make the call. No technical. but don't make an offensive foul also.
Now, meantime, here's Simon. We're tied at 61. Things getting interesting here in game number 2.
Especially with that fourth whistle. Kasi tatlo na yung whistle sa loob.
Here's Kirby. Kirby fires, misses. Rivas tip in, no go. And we have less than a minute remaining in the third period. Who will shadow the deadlock here between the Llamados and the Elasto Painters? Aranya. To Chan. To Norwood. Back to Jeff Chan. Shot clock down to 6. And here's Laure, the veteran. He fires. He collides with Kirby. And they will... What's the call here?
Could be a blocking.
Oh, they call a blocking foul against
foul.
Kirby Raimundo.
Let's watch that again. Was he able to establish defensive position or not?
And Ryan Gregorio can hardly look at the proceedings here.
Laure was under duress. You watch it right here. Oh, it looked like Kirby had defensive position. He had defensive position. Actually been in charge. Oh boy. We're getting a lot
I
of
tell you,
calls.
it's been a tough third quarter for both teams. And especially for our Supreme Court tonight.
It's easy for Miko and I to just, make these calls because we have the benefit of a replay.
Benefit of digital hindsight, I tell you. Try making calls when you're in the heat of the action. That's a different story.
In the NBA, you saw in the finals a lot of mistakes committed by referees. The important thing is, there's no preference. Hold it.
Now, wait a minute.
It's going to be an offensive or a technical. What's going on? Looks like Rain and Shine will get back possession. Looks like an offensive foul against Roger Yap. You watch it right here. Oh, that's an offensive foul. That's an offensive foul because yung una, okay lang yun eh. That's a let go. When you do it a second time, tatawag na yung referee.
By the way, B. McDermott, somebody from their staff threw something on the floor. Hindi lang nakita ng ating referee. So they dodged the bullet there. So that ends the third quarter. A very tough, physical, rugged third period. A lot of complaints, a lot of action. And Raiders Shine ends up leading by 2, 63-61.
Welcome back to the PBA. I'm with Coach Ronnie Magsano. Coach, very eventful third quarter. You guys made a good comeback, but nung end ng third quarter, nag-falter ulit.
Well, I think, Dom, this is the very first time in 7 quarters that we have held them below 20. There's no further option but to play tough defense on a very athletic team such as the Rainer Shine squad. Hirap bantayan eh. But the bottom line is we have to make sure that we try to contain them here in the fourth. Ganun lang kasimple ang laban.
All right, thank you, Coach. Back to you guys.
Actually, it's not the first time that I hear Ronnie sound or air concern every time he talks about Rainer Shine, because he already had a feeling na makakaharap nila itong Elasto Painters, and he really said that itong Rainer Shine is a dangerous team. It's a young team. They love to run, and they're quite athletic, especially in the open court.
But the nice thing about assistant coach Ronnie Magsano is that he will always stress the positive, and the fact that that Derby A's held Rainer Shine to just 18 points in the third period, that is what he stressed on. And I think it's important that in between quarters, especially now that we're moving into the payoff period, that's what you tell your boys. You stress the positive. You play tough defense. You held your opponents to less than 20 points. You held them to 18 points in the third period. If you give that same kind of effort in the fourth period, you're going to look good, because that means Derby Ace is playing the kind of game it wants to play, the defensive game.
So welcome to the fourth and final quarter. If that third period was any indication, then buckle your seatbelts. We're going to have a wild wind-up here in game 2. And they'll say it's Rainer Shine basketball. Last touch on Rafi Rivas.
When you saw the scoring by quarters, correct myself, it was 16 points na na-score ng Rainer Shine. Hindi pala 18.
Rainer Shine begins the fourth quarter with Sol Mercado, Ryan Aranya, Mike Rayback, Eddie Laure, and Jeff Chan. Wala po si Rod Daly.